I don't have a lot of regrets of not doing things. I have more regrets not quitting things that I should have.
Hi, my name's Devon. Today I own several multi-million-dollar companies. We started with $5,000 in a credit card. I don't know the easy way, I only know the hard way.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, where I give straightforward advice to fuel the entrepreneur in all of us. I'm Devon Dickinson, and today I want to talk to you about courageous quitting. So let me tell you a story first. So when I grew up, my parents had something that they always said. They said, Dickinsons never quit. Dickinsons never quit. And this was pounded into my head. And so as a child, they said, hey, listen, if you're going to start a sports season, you're going to finish it. You know, if you're going to sign up for something, you're going to finish it, because Dickinsons never quit. Now, with the exception of one thing, which I think is a pretty funny story. I was actually doing drums, and I hated it. I have no musical ability at all. And I went to my parents and I said, hey, I was super nervous because I knew that Dickinsons never quit. But I went to them and I said, hey, I've really, I'm just, the drum thing, I'm not feeling it. I've got some other responsibilities. They're like, no, fine. You can quit. Evidently, Dickinsons are allowed to quit drums when you're banging on it next to your parents' bedroom. And they thought that was the one exception where Dickinsons were allowed to quit. They could quit drums. But that was what was instilled inside of me my whole life, was that, Dickinsons don't quit. And so I carried that on into, my adult life. And it was a wonderful lesson, right? And so like right now, if you're listening going, oh man, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for Devon to tell me to quit my job. Devon to tell me to quit my marriage. Devon to tell me to quit whatever, right? Well, first off, you're the one that needs to turn this one off, right? Because if you're someone who's excited to hear this, that means you probably are a quitter. So I don't mean to offend you, but you probably want to reflect pretty deeply inside of yourself. But this message is for those of us who literally have done things way too long, and we just think, no, we just don't quit, because if we quit, that's a failure. That means you didn't succeed. That means that you yourself are a quitter. And that's just not true, right? Because oftentimes it takes courage to quit. As I reflect back on my life, there were many things that I did in my life way too long that became unproductive for me, unhealthy. And I wasn't going to quit, because in my mind, I thought, I'm not a quitter. And we carry this into our professional and entrepreneurial life. And I will tell you, it takes courage to quit. Some of the best decisions that I ever made were quitting. They were quitting things that were unproductive. They were quitting things that were toxic. They were quitting things that I was losing money on, simple. They were quitting things that were a waste of time. They were quitting things that I wasn't getting my return on investment. Maybe I was making money, but not nearly what I needed to make. And as an entrepreneur, you're going to be faced with these decisions daily, right? And they can revolve around employee decisions, making decisions with employees. They can involve around product lines. They can revolve around, perhaps offices that you've opened that you thought, man, it's just not working, and I should have stopped this a long time ago. And I would tell you that you have to evaluate these decisions that you've made in your life. And just because you made a decision, it's not like, in the second grade where, by golly, if you signed up for basketball, you're going to stick out the basketball season, whether you're sitting on the bench or not, because Dickinsons don't quit. You're past that point in your life, and you're at a point in your life where you have to make these decisions where it takes courage to quit. It takes less courage to kind of keep doing what you've been doing. The courageous thing is to quit. And if you're looking at something right now, as I'm talking, I bet a lot of you are thinking right now, like, oh my gosh, I know he's talking about me. I've had this thing in my life. I've had this thing in my business. I've had something for so long that, man, to quit is going to be hard. To quit is going to challenge me, but I know it's probably the right decision, but I don't want to be a quitter. I don't want to give up on something too soon. Well, listen, if you're already reflecting on that and that's where your head is, I'm going to tell you probably should have quit it a long time ago. If I could go back in my life, many of the decisions many of the regrets that I have on my life have been that I didn't quit things soon enough. I'm an entrepreneurial risk taker. So I don't have a lot of regrets of not doing things. I have more regrets not quitting things that I should have. And so I would challenge you to reflect upon your life. What are those things that, as you look across, your professional life, your business, some things that you've been doing for far too long that you need to have the courage to quit? Let me encourage you to do that. Again, I'm going to emphasize, if you have a lifestyle of quitting, this message is not for you. This is for those of us who have had it ingrained in our heads that we don't quit. Well, I'm going to tell you, quitting sometimes is the most courageous act and that you can do as a leader. I'm Devon. This is Whiteboard Entrepreneur, and I hope this helped. Take a quick moment and hit that subscribe button for more content.